Hello, I'm Jodie Johnston. I'm a yoga and meditation teacher and a recovering people pleaser. So today I just wanted to talk about my experience with action over thought, especially when in overwhelm, and hope that my experiences might help those of you who are suffering with overwhelm. For me, when I was overwhelmed, I guess for me, keep increasing my knowledge. So I read lots of books, I attended trainings, I turned to advice online, I did my yoga teacher training, lots and lots of information to give me reassurance, help me find new strategies for coping with how overwhelmed I felt in life in general. For me, I think the issue came when I realised that I was learning a lot but was taking no action. So it wasn't making any real change in my life. It was helpful to be reassured and to know that you're not alone, but it didn't do anything to help me day to day in actually changing that awful feeling and the anxiety that came with it. So I guess firstly I was further overwhelming myself. I was consuming more and more information, overloading myself. Which tool, which strategy, which opinion do I follow? Where do I start with this stuff? And then secondly, I wasn't allowing myself any headspace to actively absorb the information, consider how I might implement it in my life. So I was racing from one thing to the next. And the change only came when I made this human body and mind actually do something physically different. And it might sound a bit strange, but I think we spend such a lot of time like this online, just looking into a screen, reading, consuming, but not actually then actively using our brains to consider what we'll do with that information, or even going out and taking action, exerting any effort. So I needed to disrupt the state I was in. I had to disrupt the state. As long as I was getting up and doing the same thing every day, thinking, well, I know I'm not alone, wouldn't change. So I needed to take effort and action. So I stayed stuck for a very long time, and it just got worse and worse and worse. As I say, I was just adding to the overwhelm by reading all this information and doing nothing. So, but seeing me this exhausted and stressed, it was really worrying my loved ones. They just didn't know what to do to help me. So that was not fair on other people as well. So I knew that I could only do this by making change myself and in the way that felt right to me. So I started to realise that less, especially as an overwhelmed person, less is always more. Just, really strip it back. So I needed to also remember to disrupt the pattern of my day-to-day life. And remembering to do that when you're overwhelmed is a difficult challenge because you're already overwhelmed. How can you then try and remember to do something new? So I really needed to think about how I was going to shake this up. So for me, scaling back, slowing down, trusting myself, less is more. That was my mantra, less is more. So it started for me, these are the top 3 things that really helped me, which I hope might help you. Number 1, morning routine. The perfect place to start. The second you're awake, you're disrupting that normal state. Rather than just going through the motions, snoozing, you're taking an active role in making positive change in your body and in your mind. So for me, it included meditation, absolutely game-changing, because that takes you away from everything around you and brings the focus on nothing but the breathing. And it takes time and effort to do that. Just keep returning the attention back to the breathing. It makes you start to understand where tension's holding, what's going on in the stomach, like when a thought pops up, how it makes you feel. Super useful. Meditation was my number 1 thing. I had to do it in the morning. Drank a lot of water in the morning. It was all about clearing the mind, and that really, really helped. And also then my 3rd thing in the morning would be to think about aspirations, like what do I want, where am I heading, what's missing from my life. Just not taking it too heavy, but just considering these things. Just starting my brain on the right foot in the morning made such a difference to how I started the day. Secondly, I'd start to, when I was in a busy role, in the office, I realised that I was getting overwhelmed again by the middle of the day. I'd start to set an alarm and then find a private spot for 2 minutes. Toilet cubicle was normally it for me, which I didn't want to admit for a long time. And just, again, 2 minutes, tune into the breath. Remember, I've always got this place to come. I can move my attention away from everything else that's overwhelming me and just bring it to the breathing, nothing but the breath. Calm the nervous system, reset, start again. It's all about repetition, regular repetition and effort. And the third thing for me was starting to tackle the thing I most dreaded first when I got to work. So that thing that was hanging over me, nerves, adding to the overwhelm, I'd just get to it before I had a chance to even think about it, especially with the morning routine helping me to feel focused. I would deal with it. It would just be so helpful. It would give me a sense of accomplishment, build my self-respect for tackling something, doing the hard thing, seeing it through. It'd give me momentum. I'd start to believe, oh wow, feels really good to achieve things. You start to believe in myself. So there's 3 things. The morning routine to start you down the right foot. Use that momentum. Do the worst thing first as soon as you can. And then thirdly, reset yourself. Perfect places for me to start. It helped me let go of everything else, start to believe in myself, and also start to actively make a consistent effort. So use the tools and the knowledge that I had inside to actually take action. As I say, I think more and more these days we're just online and we're consuming, and our conscious brains are taking a back seat almost. Those brains that are so fantastically resourceful and wonderful. So, that turned things around for me. It was a big turning point, as well as the meditation, which I've talked about before. So I just wanted to reassure you that you and me, we have a choice. We always have a choice. We live in the free world. We're so lucky to have so much freedom, and we trap ourselves in our head and our habits. We can feel stronger. We can feel more able, capable. We can manage the day when we slow down, focus our attention inwards, take positive, intentional action and effort. I really hope this helps. I hope it resonates. If there's anything that you do that I haven't talked about that helps you with overwhelm, I'd really love to know what it is, so we can all help each other on this challenging path. I hope you have a good day. Bye.